Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry about me head torch in your face if it is. We're out in the dark. We haven't shifted. This is another video from exactly the same place. Mont Elieu or Cefn Du, depending on what you want to call it. It's the other side of llanberis. Now, we made plans this morning. Well, actually, we made plans last night to do the Milky Way. And I started off a video. And we got up at 1 o'clock in the morning, looked out the vans, and the moon was too bright. There was a little bit of haze in the sky, so it wasn't quite clear and crisp. And yeah, we decided not to do that. I went back to bed and said, let's go down to the lake in the morning. And we've got up, and Steve's got up and actually banging on my door, say, look at the sky, look at the sky, look at the sky. Potentially, and I don't really want to jinx it, but potentially the sky is looking fantastic for some ripply mackerel orange fire. There's a gap in the clouds over yonder into the east where the sun's going to rise. The clouds above us, like I say, are all ripply and beautiful looking. So we've decided to stay in the same place. We're going to go back to the little stone hut or the old winch house and the old building down there, and hopefully we're going to get a ripply sky. If we do, we've nailed it. If we haven't, and we don't, then no wasted morning. We've still been up, nice and cool, fresh, a bit icy on the ground, and just generally nice being up. So, if you want to see how we get a nice, ripply, fiery sky, stay tuned. Let's see what we come up with. Okay, so while I'm messing around with my camera, I just sort of switch it on. And I know you can't really see me properly, but I know you're on in the background. I've decided to come to the other side of this building this morning, purely because that's where the light is behind at the moment. Now my camera, the tips I'm going to give you today are, if you're shooting the sky, you need to get your camera lower. So the idea is to get lower, to lift your camera up, so you're looking upwards rather than downwards, which is going to bring you more sky into the image. So we're going to set this up. The sky's looking amazing. It's a nice purple looking colour at the moment, but it is fading. That is the problem, it is fading. So the clouds are moving. You can never be guaranteed of anything. So I'm going to knock my light off. You probably won't be able to see me when I knock my light off yet. I've got in complete darkness, so I'm going to spin you around so you can have a look at least what I'm looking at and the colours in the sky. So I'm going to focus in the dark. It's really impossible when you've got a autophoto. Well, I'm going to just focus on the sky. Put my torch back on a sec because I need to see what I'm doing on the top of the camera. Make sure everything's set to where it is. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to start off with just a simple shot of the building and get it as sharp as I can. And then I've got some sky. It's sort of a half and half shot. I've put a bit more sky in the image rather than anything else. And this is the blue hour. This is the morning shot to get us going. So I'm going to take one shot like this, and I'm going to get my torch out, and I'm going to whap the torch all over the front just to give us a bit of light in the foreground, and that should give me something to play with when I get back if I want to blend them in. Going to try another shot from a slightly different angle. I've got the path in it this time. I'm going to try and use my head torch to actually light it, because I think that might make a bit of a difference. So I'm going to take the first one, which is going to be more for the sky, and it's still looking potentially good to get this colour. Then I'm going to try another one. I'm going to put my light up nice and bright, and I'm going to try and just paint everything in front of me so it gives me the option. And here's the second one now. So let's just have a little look and see what that looks like. Yeah, I've got some light on the foreground now as well, just in case I need it, that's all it is. Right, these are sort of experiment shots at the moment because we need that. I want that fire, I want those ripples. The sky's looking amazing. So you might find once the sky comes up a little bit, I'm going to move around quite quickly to try and get a few shots. I've got The one potentially in front of me, where I've got a little patch of the sea, biangle sea, and I've got this nice glow, and we should get this side light coming across. Then I've got over to the other side of me, which is pretty much the grasses looking back towards Du Quarry. And then we've even got Snowdon as well, which is over this side. So yeah, and this, I've got to say, this Olight Seeker 2 is brilliant. Just wave your hand over it, like so, like that, and it brings the light down, and you wave your hand up and it comes up. And I've even got, actually, if I think about it, I think I'll turn it off and hold it and press. Yeah, that's a low light, isn't it? I should be able to get an orange light. Let me see if I double press. I'm not sure how you get the orange light on now. Is it when it's on? That's the bright one, isn't it? I don't know, but you can get an orange light, so I'm going to have to play with it and get the orange light on if I need to. Right, speak to you in a bit. So another little bit of advice I could maybe help and offer as well for this kind of thing, trying to get the skies in, is actually I've forgotten. Told you it was early morning, didn't I? Right, so get me thinking brain back on. The other thing that I was going to say is a wide angle lens. And it's because I started to adjust my tripod. I had my other thinking head on. Yeah, a wide angle lens, pretty much so that you can open it up and get as much sky in if you need to. At the moment I'm shooting about 18mm, which is probably 24ish on a full frame camera. But I'm still messing around with composition. I still haven't decided where I'm best suited. And like I say, it's all going to happen when the sky goes off. I think where I am now is probably quite a good spot because I've got all the grass in front of me, and I've just moved over and I've got the quarry down in the bottom right hand corner. So there's some lights on in the quarry, which is quite nice. I'm just going to light these grasses up again, so let's turn my torch up a bit brighter, get it up as bright as I can, light these grasses up. Just got my head up in the air, which is just casting the glow across the grass, like that. Just check and make sure I didn't overexpose the grasses. A little bit maybe, but I can tone that down in Photoshop, it's not a problem. It's happening, it's happening, it's happening. We are getting colour. We are getting that bit of fire. Okay, the clouds have dissipated a little bit. They're not as big and as vast as they were, but we are getting colour. So now I'm starting to build up that anxiety of wanting to run around and move. At the moment, there's a beautiful, beautiful glow right in front of me to the right-hand side of the building, and it's just glowing over the top, which must be where the sun is. It's glowing over the top this way. Now, I'm keeping my eye very firmly on the top of Snowdon because you can still see Snowdon, and there are a little bit of clouds above it. So if that light just drifts enough and can actually drift across them clouds and hit that, I'm going to run around the other side, grab my long lens and try and get a picture of Snowdon, because to actually get Snowdon Peak and the orange clouds, it's probably quite a rarity, I would have thought, because it's normally in cloud itself. But this is looking nice, but I don't think it's going to be quite as epic as what we'd hoped. I'm just going to move my composition in tighter. I think I'm going to go a little bit tighter, get rid of some of the rubbishy sky and keep some of the nicer glow. And I'm just shooting and shooting and shooting because it's changing. It's sort of lost in the distance now, and it's more foreground. So the wave of orange is coming across rather than lighting everything. But you've really got to keep your eye on it constantly, because every second is slightly different, and you never know whether it's just going to go bang, and you might just have a tiny little 10-second window where the light just comes through a gap in a cloud. So I'm just going to watch it and take a few shots. But yeah, we've definitely got some colour. We've definitely got a bit of orange going on, and that's just what we needed. Just what we needed after a tiring long weekend. Fantastic. Right on the top. So I've moved around. I've had a couple of shots that I've moved around. I can't talk about them because I haven't got the time to think about it, but this in front is quite unique. It's absolutely amazing to see because it's actually casting across. We've got an orange strip coming across and we've got a light beam coming up, and it's causing almost like a cross or a star in the sky, and it's really quite weird to see. It's nice, it's very, very nice. We've now gone from them deeper reds to the more vibrant orange colour. And like I say, I've changed the composition a couple of times now. Whether this is the best or not, I don't know, but I'm trying to make the most of the colour rather than the composition, if you like. So I've got some grasses, I've got my building, I've got the light, so I'm just trying to use the light and the sky, like I say, by looking up. I've just taken a low one as well. I've dropped the tripod really, really low to take in as much sky as I can because there is colour going on above our head, and to try and get that in, you know, on a wide lens. But I don't know, it's I think my bag's coming off my back, and the potential that I'm going to have to quickly put the long lens on. So bag's off, I'm not going to unzip it just yet, but the colour in front of us is amazing. I'm going to show you because it's too good not to look at. It is absolutely weird as weird. Just look at the sky there, and when I zoom in, look at that cross that's appearing. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but it's definitely a cross. You've got a line of light coming there and then a beam of clouds going across. It's really quite a weird looking, whether it's my glasses or not, I don't know, but it looks really good. Really, really good. And I'm just still looking over there to Snowdon as well. Snowdon's over there. Unbelievable the fact that you can see Snowdon Peak. You know, you can actually see the summit right up there. But yeah, no, keeping an eye on this. Very much keeping an eye on it. Like I say, looking above you. Always try to look above, because look at these stripes in the sky up there. They look really, really good, but they're just a bit too far up. But I think if I put Snowdon there, that whole line is sort of leading you that way, so I think that might work. Right, it's time to swap lenses. It's time to put the bigger lens on, I think, because we're getting a little bit of light just hitting the top of Snowdon Peak, and I think the best of the orange glow's gone now. We've got the afterglow, which is still nice if that's what you're shooting, but I want to try and get something else if I can. So I'm going to put my long lens on, and I'm just going to look into Snowdon and have a look and see if potentially there's a bit of pink up there, because I can see a glow right on the top of Snowdon Peak. Now it might not be the best image, but like I say, you don't get to see Snowdon Peak very often, so I'm just going to see if I can get that little tiny glow on the top of the hill up there. So we're focused way off in the distance. We're on 2.8. Why are we on 2.8? Let's get it up to f8, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to bracket. I'm going to take my brackets off now. Go back down to single shot, and I'm just going to take a shot with Snowdon Peak in it. Just got the edge of the building in slightly, so I'm just going to move a little bit. But I'm thinking if the light comes up just enough, dig my tripod in so it's nice and solid. If the light comes up just enough, it's just going to glow on the top. And what a shame the clouds are disappearing behind it as well. I'm right in at 140mm. My eyes are watering because it's pretty cold, to be honest. The glow's gone there, but there's still potential it could hit, you know, the rest of the sky. But I think now the important bit's looking at the little edges of the sky, and just if you look at the top of Snowdon in this image, you'll see that the light's just catching the peak, and all we need is that little break on the left there to let it through, and it's going to hit it and just glow, and it'll be really quite nice. So I'm just ready to get the shot when it happens. Oh, fantastic morning. Well, I'm not sure if you could hear me in that last little bit of speaking I did, where I was getting a bit excited, because I just realised I didn't switch my mic on in all the excitement. So you've probably got a little bit of me in the background, or maybe me talking over it. But yeah, I think I'm on the last composition now. I've now moved from shooting upwards and getting all the sky, even though the sky is actually looking pretty good. So I may just change my mind on that. I've got my 18mm on, you see, and I can't go any wider at the moment, but I've got this beautiful line. I'll come back to the wall, so I've got the wall going to the winch house, and then you've got Snowdon behind it. Snowdon's looking a bit small, but it's all about the line leading you in now. Steve's doing some running exercises because it's cold and we're trying to warm our hands up. Well, he's just seen a composition he likes. So yeah, it's looking nice. Colour's gone, colour's definitely fading now, but still a nice shot. Looking through, all the elements are there to make a nice photograph, in all fairness. So yeah, happy with that, very happy. Good little morning. I'm sure I've got a couple of nice images, and I think it's time to think about slowing down now and composing myself. But yeah, there's some nice colour in the sky. Maybe a vertical. Let's try that. Let's go to a vertical and shoot upwards and get these little fluffy cotton wool buds that are up in the sky, because they look pretty good. Oh, excuse me for sniffing. Very, very chilly. I'm on my hands and knees at the moment. I've come down onto my knees because the final couple of shots are going to blow you away. I've tried to do a panoramic. I've reverted back to me 10 to 24, 10 to 22, whatever it is, which has given me as much as a wide angle as possible, and I'm totally concentrating on the sky. The sky for me is what's making this shot, and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's so cool, it really is. I'm trying to balance my exposures. I'm looking for the grasses, the leading lines. We're going that epic sky. This is what we're going for. If this works, potentially is going to look amazing, absolutely amazing. If the pano that I just done came out, where I've got a bit of a sweep, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'm going to end on a high, or a higher than a high, because I think it's phenomenal. Really is. Don't get to see this very often, and it's just really, it's all about the uniqueness of the cloud, because it's the cloud that sort of finishes off, the cloud that makes it. It's the cloud lines and the shape, and you'll see it in a moment heading all the way down through to Snowdon. Absolutely fantastic. So I think I'm done. I think I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for getting up with me and watching, even though you probably didn't get up with me anyway. Yeah, just thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel, because I know there's a lot more people out there that don't subscribe that do subscribe. And honestly, I'm not always this stupid and random and crazy. I do actually concentrate sometimes and take proper images, but this morning gets a bit epic. Hopefully you've learned something about how to capture skies, how to capture your morning colour. Like I say, by getting down low, going wide, so you're concentrating more on the sky than the foreground, looking for some more interest in the foreground that leads you into your image and things like that. So yeah, hopefully I've given you a few hints and tips on that. And yeah, till next time, ciao for now, see you soon. And I have no idea whatsoever where I'm going to be for the next video. See you soon, ciao, bye bye.